What's happening, everybody? Coach Cala here, and it is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I just wanted to do a quick rankings video for all the shoes I've worn because the Black Friday deals, the Cyber Monday deals are out of control right now. And parents, students, followers, subscribers, you should all be watching this video if you want to know the truth about the shoes you're trying to buy for yourself, your child, or just to start your running journey. So I'm gonna try to do this in 10 minutes, and if I miss anything, just I'll comment below, But happy Thanksgiving again, and check out this video if you want to find a new pair of shoes. Let's go. So I'm gonna share my screen. Here's my tier list. So these are pretty much all the shoes I've worn throughout my journey. Not all of them, but most. I gotta get rid of these ads. This is already too crazy. But let's see. Move this over here so I can see. There we go. I can see my face now, and all right. We're gonna start off with. Why is this so tough to see both? All right, that's better for me. We're gonna start off with the. So here's my rankings. Haven't tried yet because some of them I haven't. Fugazi, they're not real. Mid, not the best shoe. Daily use, easy miles only, tempo runs, and race day. First and foremost, any shoe with the carbon plate that I'm going to be at the top of this list for S tier rankings. These Asics Metaspeed Edge pairs have been the best shoe for me throughout all of my races. I've hit every PR on my 5K, my half marathons. I've ran a 1944 5K. I've ran hour 34 half marathons. Only knock on this one is didn't crush my New York City marathon with them, but that's only because I went out way too hot, which is totally fine. They're extra. They're not too cushiony. These are performance shoes. These are if you want to run really fast that day. They're kind of stiff, but has a little cushion. But after a while, I do notice it. Um, I think this is a perfect shoe for 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons. I'm definitely gonna wear them again in my other marathons, but these are just super fast shoes. They're super light. I have 2 or 3 videos about these Asics Metaspeed Edge pairs. Go check them out on my channel. If you're looking to run fast, this is by far the best race day shoe I've had. I've tried on the Vaporflies, they're great, but there's nothing that compares to these Asics. Now, these came out 2 years ago, so all those new ones they dropped this year, I think they dropped 10 pairs of super shoes. I'm sure they're good, but trust me, these have been the best. They're super lightweight, super bouncy, and easy to put on the feet and run hard miles. Moving on. These are the Nike Pegasus 41. Now, I personally love these shoes, but not for running. I teach physical education all day. I'm on my feet all day. Um, these shoes are great for me for walking around, jogging, slow running, but not enough for me to say easy miles because there's not enough bounce for me personally to run in them and be feel good. I probably would use them for a high rocks. That's what my brother used them for. I think I could see myself in them, but they're too flat for me, the 41s, to be anything but a PE teaching shoe, a gym shoe, a workout shoe. Not a shoe I would start running with if you want to start. All right, moving on. These should be my A6 GT 2012 edition. Now, I wore the 12s and they were incredible. The A6 GT 2012s are phenomenal. These actually, I think, are the 14s because these are the Tokyo edition. So I can't for sure say I've ran in these 14s, but the 12s are a pretty similar model. And the A6 GTs and the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4s are the best tempo run shoes I've worn. The rollover, the pace, everything is just incredible when I'm running in these shoes. I just love them. Easy to run fast, but not nearly as fast as the race day shoe. Probably a couple minutes behind. What that means is really like it just hurts the feet when I'm trying to run too. Not hurts the feet, but I just don't feel it as easy as I'm really trying to push that pace as in when I wear these S tier race day shoes with those Asics. But I really do love Asics. Probably my favorite shoe brand overall. But yeah, we're gonna keep going. All right, Nova Blast 4s. These might be the fives in this picture, but the Nova Blast are a great series of shoes as well by Asics. I personally wore the Nova Blast 4 when I was still a rookie and didn't wear carbon plates, which was kind of better. Better to realize that I just ran in the same shoe every single day for my second marathon. Absolutely love these Nova Blast 4s. Great on the tempo run. Probably if you don't like too much cushion on the heel end of the shoe, probably not the shoe for you. I did notice that later on, and when I tried on the Nova Blast 5s, they weren't for me. But for tempo runs, running fast, comfort, I would put these Asics Nova Blast 5s or 4s in tempo runs here, meaning I would definitely buy them again. All right. New Balance Rebel 4s. I was so pumped to buy a pair of New Balance last year before in 2024 when I when I worked the New York City Marathon. New Balance sponsors the NYC Marathon every year, but I have to say these were so mid. I don't know what it is with the Rebel 4s for me, but they were very cushiony, but the top of the shoe was just so flat and they ripped after like 2 weeks of running. And I was just not happy with them. So those were mid for me. Now, New Balance does make good shoes though, so I'm not knocking on them. I'd still take the sponsorship, but those Rebel 4s, I don't know if I just had a bad pair that day or for a few weeks. They just were not for me. Moving on. Saucony Endorphin Speed 4s. Possibly S tier. I think these might be the best shoe I've worn. Do I put them there? Do I put them there? Yeah. The Saucony Endorphin Speed 4s are probably my favorite shoe that I've trained in. Now, I've ran a 5K a month after running a 1944 5K in about 20 minutes, I think 30 seconds. I didn't start in front of the race, so it's always a weakness to do if you're trying to PR. But man, those Saucony Endorphin Speed 4s were just incredible. I wore them every day, gym, hard runs, easy runs. They are just the best shoe. If you're not into carbon plates and stuff like that or too much cushion, this is like the best in betweener shoe with enough cushion, and it has a plexi plate in it, so it's hard on your feet as well when you're running. And the turnover, I was really able to cook and run a lot faster, even when I wasn't even trying to, and I just felt it on my tempo runs. So I put these in S tier race day shoes as well because I loved the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4s. I'm not sure if I put the fives on here, but I did a shoe review video on those fives, and I wore them for about 50 miles and had to return them. They just were not for me. They were brutal. They were too squish. They were not nearly as cushiony. The plate was felt loose, and they just felt so flat. So, Saucony Endorphin Speed 4 S tier. If I were to rank the fives, mid. The Mizuno Neo Zen. This has been my everyday easy mile shoe since August or September of this year. I wear them every day. I just started wearing them to teach. I think I'm at 400 miles in them. They still feel brand new. They still look brand new. The bottoms of the shoe look great. They feel great. I love the sock type of look it has going on here with the new design. Um, these are definitely an easy mile shoe. I would put them in S tier as well. It's just that I try to every time I try to run hard in them, I can't get that speed as I would with these two right here in the tempo runs, and definitely not as these two. Maybe on my best day I could, but like even today, I just went to run a casual 4 miles, and I did 1 mile hard, and I was really hurting. And I was like, wow, I'm only at a 650, which was still sick, but I was like, how come I'm not turning it over more? Um, if you are starting out running, this would be the number one shoe I would recommend. 100,000%. They're $100 right now on Amazon for the Black Friday's deal. If you're not new to running and you want looking for to upgrade your shoe, they have another shoe called the Neo Vista with a wave plate, so it's similar to the Saucony plate, and they are also $100 on Amazon. Their website, they're $125. Asics are about 119 to 150 right now. Except for these carbon plates, these are still $200. Nike has great deals, $100. New Balance, haven't really looked at. So seriously, if you're really looking to start your running, the Mizuno's Neo Zen, unbelievable. So much cushion, easy to put on. I've worn them every day. I don't remember the last time I didn't run in them besides the New York City Marathon. Love, love, love Mizuno's. Sponsor me. All right. These should be the Asics Super Blast. So Asics just dropped about 10, No, these aren't the Super Blast. These are the Sonic Blast. I can't tell in that picture. Forgot what I put. I'll go check my documents really quick. Those are the A6 Nimbus. A6 Nimbus. Now, similar to the Mizunos, A6 Nimbus, best for easy day miles, 100,000%. These were my first shoe I wore when I ran the Hartford Marathon, which was my first marathon. Again, didn't know anything about carbon plates, tempo runs, none of that. I would just run pretty much easy miles and fast miles just in the same shoe. Similar to the Mizunos, my absolute favorite A6 shoe right now, or was my favorite A6 shoe, was the Nimbus 25s. These are the 27s. The Tokyo colors are the best. I mean, this purple, gray, purplish gray, light red are just incredible. Similar to the Mizuno, enough cushion to not really feel the floor when you're running, but you can pick it up a little bit, not too fast. They're definitely not a fast shoe. But again, if you're just starting out, this is the best shoe for you. That and the Mizuno. If you're just starting out and you want some cushion when you're running. If you don't want that much cushion while you run to start out, Saucony Endorphin Speeds 4s or the A6 GT 2000s. I love the Nova Blast too, but again, lots of cushion in the back. Daily, but you never know. Nike Pegasus might be for you too. Not trying to knock any of these shoes, people. All right, moving on to some higher tier shoes. These are the Alpha Fly 3s. Have not worn them yet, but every single person I know that runs marathons wears Nikes or these Adidas. Haven't tried either of them yet. These are supposed to be top tier carbon plated shoes. From all the videos I've watched on YouTube, it seems that the A6 Metaspeed Edge Paris are still the go-to for race day shoe. Um, Again, these just came out last summer or 2 summers ago, so I don't know how people are buying new shoes still. But I love my carbon plate shoes, but they are specifically just for race day. I have a few friends that wear these and they're super fast. They love them. And same thing with these. So if you worn them, please leave a comment below if you like them and why. All right, here is the Saucony Endorphin Speed 5s. These are mid. As I said earlier, I bought them as after I bought these, or after I wore the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4s for months. And I love these shoes. Myself and my twin brother, Mike, love these shoes more than anything. Like best shoe for sure. I wore these on the same day I got these, and I was like, which one should I get? And I went with these. Returned them after 2 weeks. They just fell apart. They felt so flat. I felt like I was hitting the pavement so hard every single time I ran, and they were just not for me. They are definitely a downgrade from the shoe. They're a faster shoe though. I will say they were a little bit lighter, so maybe it just wasn't for me. I just didn't like the flatness of it. But if you like them, comment below why you like them, and that would be great. Saucony, still love you. Please sponsor me. Canes, the best shoe. Everyday recovery shoe for me. I wear them all the time, just not when I teach PE. Even right now, I'm wearing them. They are the best recovery shoe, and they hooked me up with 25 pairs of shoes for my lacrosse team. You Canes never will say anything bad about you guys. You rock. If you're looking for a recovery shoe, this is definitely the go-to. I've ran a mile in them before. It was cool, but they're not running shoes. These are strictly for daily use, recovery, walking around the house, going for walks, perhaps going to work. I don't see why you couldn't wear them. I know when I teach PE, they're just not perfect PE shoes for me like the Pegasus are, but I would definitely recommend buying a pair of Canes. And again, they're only about $60 right now for the Black Friday deal. And if you buy one pair, you get 125% off. So go get them. All right. Hokas. I got to remember which Hokas I put in here. My Hokas. Clifton 10s. So the Clifton 8s were a great shoe when I first had them. I have not worn Hoka since I've gotten the Clifton 8s because my twin got the 9s. He said they weren't that good. I bought the Bondi 8s next, which were way too cushiony, way more cushiony than already super cushioned shoes, and they weren't for me. These would probably be just walking around shoes, both of them. I'm not going to say they're mid, but I was big on Hoka when I first started running. I wore the Rincon 6s, which were a great shoe for working out and running before I started marathon training, just running, local 5K or just 5Ks around, not even at races. And I wore the Clifton 8s, and I forget other one I wore. But yeah, Hoka makes a good shoe. I don't know what it was. I've tried on pairs since 2023 and they just never felt the same. They make great trail shoes right now. They make the speed goats, which are great. But I would recommend these two shoes for people that like, especially the Bondi 8. If you're more of a slow runner or just want some more cushion, not saying I'm the fastest, but like it's a lot of cushion. I felt like I had a pillowcase under my foot, and these are already super cushiony shoes. Like, so I would not recommend them for running faster. But if you like running casually, definitely would recommend these. The Clifton 10s, haven't really tried them, so I might move them to here. But the Clifton 8s were a great shoe, so we'll see. Crocs, you're a Fugazi. Forget about those. Slides, Fugazi. Don't need to worry about those. They would be daily use until I got canes. Even Hey Dudes. I'm rocking Hey Dudes all the time as well. All right, moving on. Toe shoes, Fugazi. Forget about those. Haven't tried these yet. The Puma DV8 Nitro 3s. Again, these are a lower, or not a lower tier, a lower cost um, carbon plated shoes. Now Puma is making a comeback. They're dropping shoes left and right too, similar to Asics and Hoka. Everyone's trying to compete with Nike. No one's touching Nike, especially their super shoes. But um, Puma's making great shoes. My friend swears by the DV8 Nitro 3s. I've been looking at them for a long time. Only thing is, I don't seem to find them in any single running store that I go to. And it's going to be tough to spend $150 on a carbon plate shoe that I might not like. Best part about going to the running store is they give you a 30-day policy to return any shoe, no matter the wear and tear, which is sick. But I've heard amazing things about the DV8 Nitros. I've been looking into these or the Neo Vistas, the with the wave plate for this Black Friday deal. Again, they're $100, so I'm probably gonna check those out. As I'm loving Mizuno, I'm sure the wave plate shoe is just as good. Last but not least, which ASIC shoe was this? I gotta remember. These are the Mega Blast. So more cushion than probably the Bondi, or sorry, less cushion than probably the Bondi 8s. And they're supposed to pretty much, they've been called a super shoe without a carbon plate. I haven't tried them yet, but again, ASICS dropped like 10 shoes this year. Like 5 different blast series. My twin has the Sonic Blast, and there's Nova Blast. There's all these different blasts. I'm sure they're a great shoe. I think out of all the shoes up here, ASICS probably makes the more quality shoe. Um, I, but yeah, that's just me. If anyone's worn these, please let me know. But yeah, if you're just gonna start running or want to buy your child a pair of shoes, I would go with any of these right here: Nike Pegasus, Mizuno's for sure, or if you're starting to run harder yourself, Saucony's, Race Days, Asics. But if I was just going to start running and get a Black Friday shoes, I'd be between the daily use shoes or my Easy Mile shoes, because no need to run out super fast if you're just starting to run. But starting to run is better than not running. So thanks for watching, everybody. You all rock. Appreciate all the support as always. I'm gonna start probably doing some more of these ranking videos because I really like doing it. Appreciate everything. Happy Thanksgiving again. And of course, get moving. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and comment below what should I rank next. Thanks. Bye.